Hello, friends. This is for the young people out there, or maybe you're a little bit older and you're going to school or back to school. I've had some young people say, hey, it's the first week of school and I'm really kind of nervous. I'm going into a different school, a high school, scared, excited at the same time, but very, very nervous about my classes and what I'm going to expect. This is very common. All of us have been through what you're probably going through out there. Going to a new school or a new grade is very scary for everybody that shows up that day. So realize that you're not alone and that it's very common for all of us to be nervous that first day or week. It'll take you a while to find out where everything is, to get your books, your class schedule, and figure things out. This is part of the process. At the same time, it's an exciting time. If you're going to school, embrace education. Education is the key to everything. I've been saying forever, learning is living and living is when you're learning. Embrace books and things that the older generations are giving you this opportunity. You might be very fortunate and privileged wherever you live to be able to have a school to go to. A lot of people in the world don't have a school to go to, or they're forced not to stay in school for different reasons. I would say concentrate on your grades. It really does matter what grades you get. Especially if you want to go to college, you might be at the age where you start to figure out who you are. What's your identity? Where's your place in this world? And what you might want to do with the rest of your life as a career or a job of some sort. I knew at age 6 what I wanted to do, and I'm still doing it to this day, but it didn't require college. Another thing to consider, get good grades because they will help you the rest of your life. But you don't have to go to college, of course. Some people make you go to college. There's a business part to it where high school kind of pressures you to go to college, and that's something you should do if you need that type of degree to get the job that you want. If you want to become a doctor, biologist, dentist, something like that, you need a college degree. You must go to college, and you need to get good grades in order to get there. But if you want to go into a trade field, you want to be carpenter, you want to work on cars, you want to be a plumber, an electrician, a martial artist, don't need college for that unless you want. You might want to be a business person in that field. But you might want to become an apprentice at age 17 or 18 and work with a company and then become a plumber and a journeyman and learn the craft without having any school debt. That's another major thing as people worry about is, my parents are making me do this. You might come from a certain culture around the world where your parents almost force you to be certain things. I know some people that go through that stress quite a bit. If you want to become a plumber or some sort of person that works with your hands and is skilled with your hands as well as your mind, well, you might consider another route where you don't want student debt and you don't want to anger your family who might be paying for your college. Some of you out there thought or think it was a waste of time because your parents paid all this money and you now have a degree that you don't use. These are all things to consider. I'm not saying go and do one thing or the other. This is up to you and up to your parents and family to discuss together, or people at your school. I just want to make sure that all of you out there know that these difficult times you might be going through in your school with all the pressures of being your age, all these different feelings you'll get, all these different trepidations you'll get, the stress, the nerves, all of us have been through that. And I don't know a single person who hasn't. What you want to avoid is you don't want to peak at high school. You don't want your life to be its best at 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. I know some people who were really cool in high school. King of the football field, queen of the prom, the most popular people who seemed to get all A's without ever studying for their test. They just had this knack, and I was a geek, and I never seemed to fit in. I was always nervous and scared and quiet, and only had maybe one friend where they seemed to have 20. Some of those people went on to success, but most of them actually peaked at high school, and then from there they went down because they didn't have the attention that they have. Once you go to college, people don't care who you are or what you look like anymore. For the most part, it's you and your chosen field of study. It's not about what clique you're in or what table you sit at in the lunchroom or how good you are at a certain sport. People don't care in college. You're paying to be there, and if you don't show up, you still pay. You don't want to peak at high school. So maintain your upward trajectory from 6th, 7th, 8th grade on. Very slow. It doesn't have to be huge. Small little successes that you have with your school grades, getting great grades, treating every single assignment and doing your best to get an A or a B on it. This will really help get your grades up there and your grade point average, which colleges will look at. Doing extracurricular activities is also a wonderful thing you can do to prepare for higher education. Of course, I recommend martial arts above all other activities because I think it has more life lessons in it than any sport I can think of. No disrespect, but martial arts cannot be touched that way. And I know so many people here at this dojo that got into a college because they put on their admissions that they were a black belt. They earned it. College admissions love someone who's a black belt at martial arts if you're telling the truth, because they know you're trustworthy, you don't quit and you can commit to something, you're strong, you're independent, you're aware of your surroundings, you can defend yourself, you're honorable, you tell the truth. All these wonderful positive qualities. You have discipline. Colleges love that to represent their school if you're a black belt. So if you're in a martial arts, stick with it. Don't quit a year or 6 months in. Stay until you get your black belt, 2nd degree, 3rd degree, whatever you can get in that time frame. It's an exciting time. I wish I could go back again 20, 30 years ago to when I was a young person in school, because you think you know it all and you know nothing, but you have this arrogance and this excitement, this youth, this power that's inside of you, and it's a good thing once in a while to feel invulnerable. It gives you enthusiasm to do new things and try new things, but you have to remember there are always consequences to every action that we take, everything that we say, everything that we type will have repercussions. If you're on social media and you're in school, be very, very careful. Don't bully people. Don't send out mean texts or things on your computer. Don't type in anything that you wouldn't say face to face with your grandma. These are a good rule, because if you go to college, they will check what you post on Instagram and Facebook and all of these things. If you put a ridiculous video on TikTok, admissions are going to look at that, and you might regret doing that. So don't let 2 minutes of a funny video when you weren't really thinking ruin the rest of your career or your higher education. What more is there to say? There's a lot. We could go on, but for those young people out there who are going to school and are nervous and can't find their locker that first day and aren't sure how to explore the new subject that they just got, and they just got 5 books to read in one night, a lot of pressure there, but embrace the education. It is a wonderful thing to be able to be smart because of what people did before you. Appreciate these things and try our best to at least get our grades above average if possible. It is literally up to us how our future goes, and every little A that you get will count. I wish you the best of luck. You will do well in whatever you choose. Don't be too nervous at school. Everyone else is as well. Don't let the pressures get to you. Keep your chin up. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of your name and your background. Be fortunate and very grateful of the education that you are getting. Set your sights high. Don't be a minimalist. Be someone who strives for more. At the same time, don't let too much pressure get into your head. Don't get depressed and stuff because of all these things you think people are thinking about you. Just stay the course. The answers will come with a little bit of patience and a lot of hard work and education. You can do it. You can do anything you want in life. I am a testimony from someone who's not very smart. I stuck with it. I did not quit, and that's the key, in my opinion, to any type of success in life. It's not how much money you make, what kind of car you drive, what kind of phone you have. It's about putting your head down at night and having a great day's work. And have you helped people out? Have you contributed to the world? And have you been authentically living and been the best person that you could be, and someone that your parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters and friends are very, very proud of? I wish you the best of luck out there. It's not really a martial art type video, but this is a type of mental self-protection. When you go to school, put on that armor. Be strong. Don't let people offend you. with whatever they say or do. Stand up to the bullies, hold your ground, and be proud of who you are. I wish you the best of luck. You will succeed. You will absolutely succeed if you put your mind to it. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.